and welcome to this episode of Up Close and Personal Season 2 at InvokED Studio.
You have to say my name is Ariel.
Like here and then there. My name is Ariel.
And my name is Alex.
From Bach Bros Studios.
So with that, I keep forgetting your name.
Be passionate about what you're doing. Be consistent. Understand, the background of the person that you want to help. And that way, if you are, familiar with their needs and you try to adapt your understanding of their needs, then I'm sure your efforts will be more productive and it will be result-oriented.
Today, we're going to meet with Dr. Bijano Murray, who is the Joint Director for Samagra Shiksha Nagaland.
Hello, everyone. And hello, Alice and Ariel. It's a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you. So, our first question for you will be, what is leadership in your perspective and how can you practice that?
Leadership for me is not just a position, but it is an attitude. It is on how you develop relationships with other people, how you try to bring out the best of the people working around you, and that way support them in such a way that there is impact in whatever we are doing. And that is something that I'm trying to cultivate with my colleagues and co-workers. And so that is what I would say about leadership.
What is the biggest challenge you might have faced when collaborating with several different people and nonprofit organizations?
The biggest challenge, well, there are so many challenges, but sometimes, we think that we want something to succeed. But then, in spite of all the hard work and efforts that we put in, we find that, sometimes there's no cooperation from the people that you would want to cooperate with. And sometimes after all the hard work, you find that, it has been in vain. So sometimes those kind of challenges come up. But then most of the time, we find success and there is some kind of impact. There is some kind of positive results that, we see in the work that we do.
What inspired you to work in the field of education rather than all the other fields?
Well, you see, my grandfather was a teacher. And then my father also was a teacher. My mother was a teacher. And somehow, maybe that rubbed off on me. Of course, initially, I did not want to be a teacher. I wanted to do something more glamorous. Something, maybe work in the media or, be a journalist or something like that. Of course, it's not as glamorous as we think it is. But then that was my initial, interest. But then slowly, somehow I got into the teaching line and slowly I began to develop an interest in teaching. Being with children, being with my students. Every day was a learning experience for me, and I really enjoyed that process. And I liked to, I liked the idea of coming up with new ways in which, I could make my students interested in what I was teaching. So somehow that stuck on me, and then, that passion, that interest developed. So it was a very gradual process. It was not something that happened overnight.
Wow.
What do you like best with collaborating with several people?
I learn a lot from them, actually. Of course, they come to us, to seek something, maybe to get some results out of certain programs. But then in the process, we also learn a lot. And that is something that I always look forward to because I like learning new things and that enriches my experiences also. So that is something that I always look forward to when I work with people.
What advice would you give to kids who want to help other people in their education?
So the advice that I would like to give to children, to kids like you all, is be passionate about what you're doing, be consistent, understand, the background of the person that you want to help. And that way, if you are, familiar with their needs and you try to adapt your understanding of their needs, then I'm sure your efforts will be more productive and it will be result-oriented.
Thank you so much.
Thank
and we
you.
loved having this exciting conversation.
Thank you. It was a pleasure speaking to both of you.
Thank you so much. Well, that's it for this episode of Up Close and Personal Season 2. Education can help you gradually learn or even get a job, but it can also find yourself like what your purpose is throughout the world and into the future. And thank you for watching this video, and I hope you can stay tuned for upcoming videos. See you next time. Bye!